things that are alive, we are going to talk a little bit about the Summer Games Fest, and obviously there are a couple of things that got announced: Resident Evil for the horror game fans, and just a whole bunch of new titles, a lot of independent titles. I did like the focus on independent stuff, but in terms of fighting games, it was more, I think, notable for the for some of the absences that were there. Obviously, we got Tokon Fighting Souls, but no updates on Virtual Fighter 5 Revo, and I'm kind of wondering what you make of that.
Yeah, I think that they announced things around Combo Breaker for that game. Basically, I was more interested in no announcement for Virtual Fighter 6. I thought they would do some that summer's Game Fest, but obviously they are going to wait probably until Evo for an announcement for that game or update on that game. But yeah, I really wish there was an announcement for Virtual Fighter, 5 Revo or 6, because yeah, the few announcements we've had so far have been fantastic. I do think the FGC needs to participate a little bit more in Summer Games Fest because it is watched by the masses. It is now taking the place of E3. It is now the thing that most people do look forward to. So yeah, I was disappointed that there was no announcement for Virtual Fighter.
Yeah, it is strange. I would have liked to see something more for VF6. I mean, yeah, Revo, you're talking about that. Maybe the timing's a little off because of the combo breaker thing. I am kind of curious to see where Virtual Fighter is at. But the point that you brought up to me before the show, BG, that stuck out to me is 2XKO. And we have not heard a whole lot. It seems like the information kind of comes out in very small bursts with Riot when it comes to this game. And I am, and maybe there's some strategy to this. I wouldn't necessarily put it past them. I mean, they have a very successful franchise in League of Legends, and they have the Wild Rift stuff. They're launching a TCG, but I kind of wonder if 2XKO is being pushed to the wayside. And I mean, not in it is in danger of maybe getting left out in the fighting game space. I was wondering, BG, what do you see for the future of 2XKO? Like what are we getting here actually? And what is Riot really doing with this property?
Yeah, I am a little bit concerned because we've had very sporadic updates, and after the last one, I think was March, they said they would not be appearing again until Evo, which is in August. I really, after the announcement of Token Souls, or Token Fighting Souls, they need to really come with it. If they're only going to have 10 characters, I believe they said on release. I
Mm-hmm.
know it's a free game and it will be an online service, but they need to really have updates for this because they have really seemed to had a lot of criticism since the announcement of Marvel Token Fighting Souls, because they have said that they're not going to have as many characters and all of that. They really need to bring it because just being free is not enough, unfortunately.
Mm.
But yeah, I'm hopeful that they will at Evo they will have a full fledged announcement because a lot of their announcements have been kind of short in my opinion, and they need to come with a blockbuster announcement for this game because the competition's here now.
Oh
We
yeah.
know now Marvel Token Fighting Souls will be their competition, and they need to have updates consistently. They are Riot Games,
Yeah.
major developer. So
Yes.
yeah, they really need to come with it now. There is no excuse because I believe that Marvel Token's Fighting Souls has already announced more characters in one trailer than they did so far for Riot.
True.
For 2XKO.
Yeah. And yeah, and it does kind of feel more like the slow burn rather than the big flashy announcement, which I mean Arxis is very good at that, and they also have the quality within their gameplay to make that hype last for a while. This is what Riot is going up against. I will
Yes.
say in defense of this, because I don't want to push it into the flop territory quite yet, because it's mostly because it's Riot. Like, surely they know what they're doing when they're making a fighting game. And even if it's not necessarily like the most celebrated thing, competitively speaking, we have to forget, like, oh, Mortal Kombat 1 tournaments are dropping off in terms of participation. Well, the game still sells really well. Like,
Right.
it's
Yes, for
going to
casuals.
sell and they make money like hand over fist with Mortal Kombat, even if it's not necessarily something that we're looking at in terms of competitive fighting games, it's still introducing people to that space. And that is a good thing because that's the one thing that we have or don't have in the space of fighting games is a true casual audience, someone who is going to lock in and watch these tournaments and watch maestros like Punk or even masters of their own particular games like Sonic Fox, people like that to really concentrate on and focus in on. And maybe 2XKO helps with that because it introduces people who are into League of Legends or into Wild Rift or into any of the other things, into what's it called, Team Fight Tactics. People who are into that sort of thing get introduced via the League property, and now you have a fighting game surrounding that. All of a sudden, these people are watching 2XKO tournaments, and even if it's not necessarily the most technically adept of the fighting games, maybe if they're not doing the whole Arxis thing, they're still watching something that they find entertaining and something that they can digest, which feels like a little bit of the opposite of Arxis's playbook, especially if you're familiar with the history of the Guilty Gear franchise. Like there is potential to be tapped, not just in the casual market, but in the international market as well. Like this is going to be huge overseas, regardless of what we might think here in America.
Yeah, it will be. I think the international market it will be, but this is the main thing with Riot that I've not felt or want answered. What is their main goal with 2XKO? Is it to sell skins? Is it
Let's be
to
real, it's
have
skins.
great online play? Because if it's to sell skins, that's going to be a turnoff, especially for the American market. They
Sure.
want great gameplay. They want characters. They want them to support with tournaments, all of that. And another thing that they have said on their trailers and announcements about grassroots and being part of tournaments.
Yeah.
So that means that they are here for the long haul, they said. So having 10 characters on release is a bad taste in the mouth of a lot of people who are competitive because they said that they want to support the FGC. They
Right.
have said that in their trailers.
Yeah.
So they really, at Evo, have to have, in my opinion, a long form announcement
Mm-hmm.
release date. If they're coming out this year, which I'll be honest with you, Stu, I still think it's up in the air. We are now halfway through the year. If you're coming out this year, you need a rollout.
Yeah, and I
You need
do
it.
think that we have not heard the last from Riot. I do think that they're going to have a bigger presence at Evo than we can anticipate right now. This is just a hunch. I don't have any inside information, but I can imagine that 2XKO will be going for a knockout blow one way or
They have
another.
to.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you heard this. Last night, Rick Tejado on a Evo reveal announcement hinted that there may be something with Marvel Token Souls, Fighting Souls at Evo. He said he could not confirm it, but imagine if there's a demo or there's some big announcement at Evo.
Yeah.
Following up what we just heard.
Yeah. No, that's they have
So
to they
Riot has no room to be comfortable.
absolutely right. No, the thing is, they have at least the war chest to go toe to toe, but it kind of makes you
Yes,
wonder. Yeah, no, it's
they need
that
to
capital
reconsider.
versus the
Yes,
experience. Yeah, you're right.
they have to rethink this because
You don't want to knuck up with Arxis when it comes to this stuff.
no,
Yeah,
no, you don't. And we learned unfortunately with multiverses, it's a different world now. You have to come out swinging. Just because you have the financial wherewithal, the fans still matter. And if they give
yeah,
a thumbs down, and
yeah.
the internet,
Marvel
online,
learned that with
social community,
MVCI.
and VCI. Yes,
Yeah,
you cannot
perception is
just say because
everything.
you're right. Yes, perception is everything. And there is so much competition out here now. You have to come out swinging, and that is what it is. The nice little, 5 to 6 minutes sit down with certain people. I don't want to name any names,
Sure,
but
sure.
they've got to come out swinging and go for it. They have the money. It's put up or shut up time. I'm not trying to be overly critical of Riot, but we saw just what happened with Arts. They came out swinging for the fences.
I do think that we are going to see something in Evo from them. I only time will tell, obviously, but
It needs to be at Evo. It
yeah,
doesn't need
yeah,
to be the week of Evo. It needs to be at Evo in the stadium, in my opinion.
yeah.
It needs to be leaving people dumbfounded. It's time.
I can see that I can see that potentially happening though. Is the whole thing. So
Okay.
I am
I
optimistic on
hope
that.
so.
But again, only time will tell. Nobody knows for sure. What I can say for sure,